Okay, guys, the Utah Jazz played a tankathon game against the Washington Wizards, and they lost, which I guess means they win. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. All right, guys, so the Utah Jazz lose to the Washington Wizards. This is a massive victory for the Utah Jazz in terms of the tank. I don't have a lot to say about this Washington Wizards team because they just barely beat this Jazz team who rested, honestly, everyone. The only guys that really are seeing rotation minutes are Isaiah Collier, and that's about it. If any of the Jazz players that they rested were playing in this one, the only one who would get minutes out of just basically who played for the Jazz would be Isaiah Collier. They rested everyone else, including Keontae George. Starting lineup of KJ Martin, Sensabaugh, Filipowski, Juzang, and Collier. It was, and guess what? Utah still almost won this game. Probably one of the most remarkable things. I mean, they thought Keontae George was going to play. He did not play. One of the most remarkable things about this season for the Jazz is how they want to lose games, and they still nearly win them. They're always in it, even against this Wizards team who got Marcus Smart, who has Chris Middleton. Utah still nearly beat that team. Pretty remarkable. Not a ton to talk about tonight, maybe a little bit about the tank, I guess. But we did see KJ Martin play. Not super impressive that he's not putting up big-time numbers against this Wizards team. You would think so. Bryce Sensabaugh had one of the worst stretches in the first half that I've ever seen. It was like 4 turnovers in a row. He ends with 4. He ended up a little bit better to end the game, but not very good. I don't know what to think about Bryce Sensabaugh, but I am not sure he is a winning player in the future. I just don't know if he really does a lot to help you win games, because you would think that in a game like this, he would shine, and he didn't. Utah relied on him to help them lose, and that's what happened. Ronan, dude, $2. Thank you, my man. How much better would Ace Bailey make the Jazz? 5 seed? That's tough, Ronan, because the Western Conference is really tough. I really like Ace Bailey. I think he has a chance to be a really nice two-way player, and maybe more than just a two-way player. Utah still, even if all these guys play, what would Utah do this season if they played everyone and tried to win? Let's just look at the standings, to be honest. Thank you again for the $2. Super generous. I appreciate it. You look at this Western Conference, who would Utah be better than? They're probably not better than the Wolves, right? Maybe the Kings, but I don't know if they're better than the Kings. I don't know if they're better than Clippers. I guess I could see them being better than the Kings. I guess the ceiling with Bailey next year, if they keep everyone on the team and play their best players as best they can, is maybe the 8th seed, but that still means they're in the play-in. So that's where I think, because I don't think they're better than the current iteration of the Warriors or the Wolves, the Rockets either. And then you're looking at maybe being better than the Clippers, although they have Kawhi, Harden, and they've played pretty well this year, although they're not playing as well lately. 4-6 in their last 10. The Dallas Mavericks now, Utah would be better than, because everyone on the Mavericks is injured. Honestly, the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic, and I guess they basically invoked the curses of the 10 Commandments. It's crazy. It's crazy that they probably are better than the Phoenix Suns. The Trailblazers are a really solid team now, so they're kind of like, they'd kind of be what the Trailblazers are now in some ways, I guess. And that's if they really tried this year. And next year, Bailey is going to have some real, it's just all rookies have struggles. Like, they turn over the ball a lot. They have to adjust to the athleticism of the NBA, that, he's not the only 6'10" athlete on the floor when he gets to the NBA. And so they have to acclimate. So I don't know if they'd be much better than they would be this year. That's why I'm kind of like, let's trade all the veterans, let all the young guys play, let Ace Bailey get 30 minutes a game, and let's see where we land. Most likely bottom 8, but then, you get another top 5 pick in next year's draft, and you're ready to really build. So that's kind of what I think. Filipowski continued. I mean, tonight was kind of impressive from Filipowski because, look, 23 points, 13 rebounds. Someone has to score, but this was up against Alex Sarr, and he took it to Sarr pretty well. So that was nice to see. And he was only a -3, so nice to see Filipowski doing some really nice things as a rookie. Hopefully he just continues to get better. The real thing I worry about is, does he cap out, or can Filipowski find ways to improve as a defender and as an offensive player and just every aspect of his game? He seems like pretty close to what you would want him to be. Hopefully he can be a nice defensive player in the future. Probably playing had the most points of anyone on the Jazz and actually ended up shooting the ball really nicely. 10 for 15 from the field, 5 for 9 from 3. He was pretty lights out. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, basically the best game of his career. Really nice for him to do that. When we were watching on the playback, there's times where I'm like, I don't know what Johnny Juzang is. And I guess you saw tonight that when he's hot and you need someone to go out and shoot the ball, he can do that. I don't know if he's anything more than an end of the rotation, 14th man. But, someone who can shoot the ball like that, if you have to play him in spot minutes in the future with good players against a bad team and you need to rest guys, I could see Johnny Juzang being that. And that's fine. He's not making more money than you want him to, so that's good. I like that we saw Isaiah Collier put in out of his comfort zone a little bit, and that meant having to score in the half court. And I think he's getting pretty confident and pretty, maybe he's in his comfort zone. I don't know, but it was nice to see him really forced to score in the half court, and he did. 50% from the field. He missed 2 threes, but he was 5 for 9 from the free throw line. Nice to see him go and get 9 free throw attempts, and he goes 5 for 9. 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and 19 points. Nice night for Isaiah Collier. Yeah, it's against the Wizards. They're terrible, but you should put up points and you should put up stats against a bad team, and that's what he did. So really nice to see. Collier just needs time to develop too, just like everyone, but he won Rookie of the Month or week or whatever it was, and people are finally taking notice, and it's nice to see. Collier is going to be a nice piece for Utah in the future. We'll just see how good he can be. If the 3-point shot falls, if he finds ways to score in efficient ways, in different ways other than just going to the basket with how fast he is, then he becomes super nice. And then also the defense. But he had some nice defense tonight. Look at that, 3 steals, and they were really impressive steals. So he played well tonight. The turnovers are a little high, but you know what? That's leading the Jazz against a bad team with bad players around you. So it is what it is. Cody Williams shot the ball 9 times, was 44% from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Showed a few nice things, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He's got a long ways to go to be a really high-level rotation player, but it's nice to see him improve. 9 field goal attempts, you'll take it. You got other guys like freaking Svi Mikhailiuk taking 15 shots. And this is why, come on. I mean, honestly, Utah next year has to make some decisions on what they are too, because even the roster this year was a little bit of like, what is it you want to be, Utah? And obviously it's a tanking team, but you can do that just by clearing your roster of veterans. Why did the Jazz sign Svi Mikhailiuk? What even was the point of that? He goes 4 for 15 from the field, which is fine, but wouldn't you like to see Cody Williams get more shots? And next year, if the Jazz get Ace Bailey next year, don't you want to see Ace Bailey get shots? Like, if I go into next season and I see guys like Svi Mikhailiuk taking this many field goal attempts, I'm going to be annoyed. I want to see him getting those shots. Whoever the Jazz draft. If it's Cooper Flagg, I want to see Cooper Flagg handling the ball a lot. Clear the deck so you can build around your blue chipper. Utah blue chipper. He's just not. Utah doesn't have that player yet. So that's what I want to see next year. And this right here is exactly what I don't want to see. And I know players have to take shots. Sorry. I got up super early to get to work so we could do this 5 o'clock game, guys. But anyways, I just don't want to see that in the future. I want to see young guys getting the ball. So Utah drafts 2 more players this year. They have all these young guys. I want to see them taking shots, and I want them to sign other young players. Like, go get Jalen Hood-Schifino. I don't even care. If the Jazz are tanking and they rest players night after night, let Jalen Hood-Schifino play. Go sign that guy, you know? Do some smart things. Play the young guys, and then after next year, then go bring in veterans. Stop bringing in veterans. Stop it, Jazz. Stop bringing in veteran players. There is no point. Stop bringing in veteran role players, too. What in the world? Stop this. It's nonsense. Don't do it. Utah has enough veterans. They have too many, to be honest. Trade them. Stop signing them. Micah Potter played, and, I don't have anything to say about Micah Potter anymore. I don't know. Whatever. Oscar Tshiebwe is becoming my favorite player to watch this tanking season. He had 13 rebounds in 19 minutes. When he started the game, he was having his rate of rebounding was insane. He was averaging more rebounds than minutes played. He was at like 6 rebounds at 5 minutes, 8 rebounds at 6 minutes. It's crazy. It's slowed down a little bit, but 19 minutes, 13 rebounds. If he plays 36 minutes, that's like he's averaging like his per 36 rebounding is bonkers. It's crazy. And he truly impacts the game. I think Utah honestly has found something because they were having to double him on the boards to rebound the ball. And that's impact. You're just trying to find impact players. And Oscar Tshiebwe's rebounding is truly impactful. It really is. 3 for 6, 50% from the field. He had 6 points and 13 rebounds, and he was an even odds in this game. And I tell you what, he impacts winning. He really does. He gets in there, and it scares me. And even the Washington Wizards announcers were loving it. They're just like, this guy is a rebounding monster. We were just tracking the rebounds. It's crazy. 13 rebounds, tied with Filipowski, who played 28 minutes. Tshiebwe did that in 19. It's crazy how well he rebounds the ball. He's got Velcro on his hands. He plays so hard to rebound the ball. It's awesome. He is going to find his way on an NBA roster for years to come, and I hope it's on the Jazz because I think he can be a backup or a third. Like, why can't Oscar Tshiebwe be a third center? And honestly, if you need a rebound, go put that guy in. Let's say it's like end of game free throw situation. You want to rebound the ball, you have to rebound the ball, or, put Oscar Tshiebwe in. He'll go get the ball. He really will. I think he's worth signing for situational things, and who knows, maybe he's better than that. Why not? He's fun. He's awesome. I love his personality, and I love his intensity and his effort, and he's super young, so he fits the timeline. So I would love to see him sign a long-term contract with the Jazz. That would be fun. Really fun. Guys, that's really it. It was a tankathon and super effective. So Utah has really locked in on the tank now, and I love it. I'm super happy about it. There were 2 or 3 games this year where Utah should have rested players when they knew what was going on. Like, Utah has beaten Luka Doncic twice this year. Pisses me off. 2 times that fat Luka Doncic cost us a loss. Cost us a win, or whatever you say. Utah won because Luka Doncic is fat. And that's annoying. Utah would be literally in the number 1 spot because of fat Luka Doncic. They didn't. So it's annoying. It's annoying. Get on a treadmill, Luka Doncic. You cost us. Seriously. Anyways, Utah still has a chance to lock in. They have 20 games left, so this season is far from over. If Utah can just not win a game the rest of the season, I think they can take that number 1 spot because there's going to be games where Washington might just get hot and win. Maybe they beat the Toronto Raptors or the Brooklyn Nets or Philadelphia, who is going to tank. So that's what's going to happen, and I think Utah has a real shot. Luckily, they're in the top 3, solidifying that position because this was an important loss for Utah. And now, with remaining schedule strength, let's just check this out. Utah is 9th most difficult. Look at that. New Orleans as well. So Utah, it's good that they lost this game. You go down here, Where's Washington? Washington still has a ton of these bums to play. So Utah knows they can lose to Washington. They're going to rest everyone again when they play them. But like Washington plays Toronto 3 times and Brooklyn and Philadelphia twice. And Philadelphia, you can bet, are going to tank their hearts out. Utah, all that Utah has left is, Washington. Well, this game against Charlotte is big time. Utah they just got to tank their hearts out, guys. They really do. They've got a lot of good teams left, but they've got some bad ones they have to lose against. Have to. So lock in, Jazz. Lock in. Get set. Do not waste this tank. It is time. The time has come. How crazy for Phoenix, the most difficult remaining schedule. It's crazy. What a loser franchise. And the Jazz got that pick. If anyone tells you that wasn't a good trade, do not listen to that person. They don't know what they're talking about. Anyone who says that wasn't an incredible trade by the Jazz to get the Phoenix Suns pick in 31 unprotected, they don't know ball. They don't know building ball or whatever you call it. Absolutely not. All right, so Utah, incredible tank job. Absolutely did what they needed to do. And we should all be proud. Good job, Jazz. Way to go. This is the way. This is the way. All right, it is now time to see. Last night, we've won Cooper Flag 3 of the last 4 nights. The luck is with us. I'm starting to feel that this is a real possibility. Let's go to the mock draft, guys. Look at this, sitting at 3 with Ace Bailey. What would happen if the lottery was today? By the way, where is Minnesota? Minnesota won tonight. They, doggone it. Pick is at 20. I don't care. All right, let's see. Utah, what would happen if the lottery was today? Stays at 3. Big time win for the Utah Jazz. If this is what happens, I'm happy because Utah gets, Dylan Harper or Ace Bailey, either one. And they're likely coming away with Ace Bailey. Nice win for the Utah Jazz. And at worst, you get BJ Edgecombe or Ace Bailey, whichever you like. Incredible draw. Guys, it keeps happening. 4 of the last 5 nights, top 3 finish. And 3 of the last 5 has been a Cooper Flag. It's going well, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to join the channel, let me know. Or no, not let me know. You can let me know if you want, but just hit the join button to join the channel. Guys, I'm tired. I'm honestly exhausted. All right, let's give a shout out to the All-Stars tonight. Let's give a shout out to Christian House Money to Haas. Cam Bam, thank you, ma'am. Cam Chin 3. Ryan Edward Perry, the legend. I Believe in Steve, Jazz Exile, Baby Elliot Madsen. See ya, Alexa later. Jordan the GOAT, Bessero, Austin Argrant, Editor Extraordinaire, KG10 to TH5, the OG, and Patrick Akubo, the Connoisseur. Guys, like I said, like